Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name is Bobby Waldron, and in this video we're going to be having an in-box review of Airfix's 1/48 scale Agusta Westland Merlin HC.3, and it's got this theme of Operation Herrick, Afghanistan. Now this is quite a massive box, as you can see. A lot of plastic in here, for around about maybe the 35-40 pound mark, so rather a kind of a nice cheap kit. So let's just open this up, and it is a rather big box. First off is what you'll notice is, look at this absolutely massive and gorgeous decal sheet here. Now this is printed by Cartograph, so we know they're pretty much the best in the world. They're going to go down nice with micro sol and set. Bring you in closely, we have an absolute ton of decals on here. They're looking on the matte side. The colours are good. It isn't all registry and everything. The smaller writing is almost it's pretty sort of readable, and as you can see, absolutely looking cracking indeed. Really good decal sheet just there. The instructions, well, first off, we've also got this big massive sheet here. I mean, I can't even get this on camera. I mean, everything is just like oversized on this. We've got the colour callouts for one just there, and we've got another one. We've got 1, 2, 3, crikey, 4, 5. Wow, that's quite interesting. 5 different helicopters here, different. I mean, they're basically the same color scheme, but basically, you know, they've got sort of slightly different markings, so they're trying to work you through them, because as I say, this is massive. There we go. And then we've also got some your normal decal sort of stencil call outs as well, and then we've also got a bit of an internal decal call out as well, which is rather cool if you really want to sort of go nice with the internals. Right, so next up we have the instructions. The instructions, they are, if I just adjust the camera a little bit, the instructions, we do have you know, a little bit about the actual helicopter itself. Moving along, the construction starts off with the internal detail as usual, but we've got like the cargo area and everything to work our way through, which is rather cool. It is on sort of just normal matte plain paper, not really any colour going on with this. But it is quite nice how we do sort of build up this nice internal detail, and we've got all them decals and everything. It looks like we're going to have a really good internal detailed helicopter here, which is going to be rather cool. We've got MGs, and by the looks of it, if I just quickly double check, where you've got sort of like an internal box where you've got all your internal detail, and then you're going to have the exterior detail coming in on that sort of kind of construction. As you can see here, you know, we've got the left and the right side of the fuselage coming in on that box bit of internal detail, which is, you know, it's probably going to be quite cool. And apart from that, I think everything else is pretty much you know, a typical sort of build. Option wise, I mean, I don't think we've got any sort of different sort of stowages of propellers or anything like that, but you can have like the ramp up and down, and doors open and closed, MGs, but apart from that, I think that is basically it. It does look like it's going to be pretty sort of an easy build to follow. So let's take a look at the plastic. Well, starting off, the kit comes in this one big massive bag, and as I say, for like around about 30-40 pounds, you are getting all this plastic for that money, as well as that absolutely cracking decal sheet. Now as you get it out the bag, make sure that we haven't got anything sort of dropping out. We've got a little piece just here. We'll find out what that is later. So let's just put this down here. First thing we have is the clear parts, which is in its own separate bag, which is nice to see. So first look at this. It is looking very nice and shiny and sort of nice and clear, but I am seeing the cobweb effect that you get. You can probably just see it there and just there as well, and I'm seeing it a little bit on this front bit. It is can be a bit hard to see. You do have to sort of rotate it in the light and stuff, but you can see it on pretty much all of the pieces. Right, now this is something that is down to the core, so you could sand away at this as much as you can to try and sort of get rid of it, but it is right down to the core. You'd have to sand it completely away to get rid of it, and that is all just down to the whole molding process. It's where when it gets injected with this clear plastic, it's where when it's sort of all the different points in which the plastic gets injected, if it's at like a different temperature, when it actually finally comes together, it leaves those little sort of cobweb effects. So it's not bad, but it's not brilliant. It could be worse, I guess. First sprue I've just got off here. We have got a ton of detail here. These are probably all the different seats that are going to be going on inside, which, as you can see, are well detailed. And there's a lot there to do. On the opposite side, I mean, just look at all that sort of nice, all them hole details. We've even got all the seats here as well, which we've got detail on the bottom side and on the top side. So it's really cool how you can have the seats up or down. You've got the detail there. Actually, I mean, this detail is rather impressive. I'm not so far seeing much on the flash side of things, which is rather cool. Next sprue here, we've got our big propellers. Hopefully, as you can see there, they are looking kind of good. A little bit of flash there I've noticed, but not major. Again, an absolute ton of little parts to this as well. Again, not really seeing much on the flash side or nasty places where you might find ejector pin marks. We've got a little piece here which seems to have broke off in the kit. That does look quite delicate, so hopefully no one's got any broken pieces there. We've got some wheels and looks like cockpit seats here, you know, with some okay detail. We've got our MGs here. They look like they've got a nice bit of detail to them as well, so looking good. We do have, let's get out the big one here. This one is the one where we've got all our surface detail. As you can see, a really big piece of plastic here. So let's start off. It's a bit hard to get this on camera. It is just massive. First off, we've got the surface detail. Now, looking at this, we've got recessed panel lines, which are actually kind of looking in scale, which is a bit unusual actually for Airfix. They normally look a bit out of scale, but these are actually looking nicely in scale. And moving along, I mean, we've got great detail, bags of detail on this. I'm not seeing really much on the rivet side of things, recessed rivets. There's a couple of raised rivets just here. On the underside, the belly side, we've got some raised rivets on the underside and some absolutely lovely detail going on there. We then have some internal detail. Right, hopefully you can see we've got this sort of fabricy sort of ripple effect on there with recessed panel lines as well. bunch of lovely detail there as well. The internal floor plate detail, we're seeing raised and recessed areas on this, giving you all sorts of lovely detail along there. Then we've got the roof part of the internal detail. Again, that's all looking well detailed. I am really actually impressed with the level of detail on the internal parts for this. We turn this over. We do have ejector pin marks on this side, but you know, you're just not going to see them because it is a, you know, you've got that whole box internal detail, and then you bring the fuselage parts onto that. So that is rather impressive. We then have another big sprue here where we have a bit of all sorts of detail going on here. Some door detail, again, nice sort of recessed areas. Some cockpit instrument display panels. I think this is the roof part with all sorts of dials and that on there. We've got our wheels, some more surface detail. We've got some recessed rivets going on with that. A lovely sort of air intakes here and fans going on inside there, and then there's just a few other little pieces here and there about the kit. We've got our rear blades as well. They've got some nice bolt detail and everything with them, but yeah, really looking, oh, here's some more, sorry, here's some more internal sort of cockpit detail as well, and it is just, it really is actually looking rather smashing. I have got to say, I mean, that is everything now. I've got to say, for the price, this is an absolute bargain. That is an absolute massive kit, loads of plastic, loads of decals, you know, loads of markings. It is definitely a good price. Looks like an absolutely fantastic detail kit with fantastic internal detail. This kit was new tooled in 2013, so it is still a pretty new tool. Ejector pin marks aren't a problem, flash isn't a problem, sync marks don't seem to be a problem either. Fingers crossed it will go together with not many, shall we say, fit issues, but at the same time, I must say, there is, as I say, a lot of plastic to this, so maybe someone new to the hobby might find this a little bit tricky, because I mean, we do have these two big sprues here, and hopefully, as you can see, there is just a ton of little tiny pieces. There's a lot to sort of deal with this kit. It's more of an intermediate advanced modeler. Probably should sort of tackle this, not someone who is a beginner. So it's definitely a big thumbs up for this Merlin HC.3 by Airfix 148 scale. So until next time, my name is Bob Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed.